Hello everybody, welcome back to another video for Warframe 2023. Woo! I wasn't really sure how to start the new year with Warframe, so I thought I would create a new series called Logs and just kind of take you along with me, hang out, get to see how a veteran player would usually play the game. There's all kinds of things to do in the game, and this game is quite complicated, so I wouldn't say this game is new player friendly, but hopefully these logs can help out some players having trouble with the game, because I figured I have all this knowledge and I thought I could share it in a video in a creative and enjoyable way. So I'm not really sure where to start, honestly. Like, there's so much to talk about in this game. So if you guys have any questions or like me to go over something, I will do my best to get back to you, possibly in a future log video. So this is, I also wanted to use this as a way for a New Year's resolution of sorts, so I can kind of keep track, because I feel like in a game this fast you need like some kind of way to sort of create some goals, because you can get overwhelmed very easily, even for veteran players. As mentioned, this game is just humongous. I also don't see too many YouTubers just chilling out with the game, which is fine, because usually it's about making build videos or how to do a very specific thing, but I thought I would just kind of go over some things and just, yeah, have a good time, hang out with me, and let's talk about the game. So I have a few goals for 2023. One of them is to try to get all the Kuva weapons. So I guess I can try to go after this next. This is getting the Dragoon. So for those that don't know, depending which Warframe. Oh, by the way, hopefully my audio is coming in clearly. I hope kind of change the audio of the game and my microphone audio. So hopefully it works out. Or it'd be pretty awkward. So I managed to get the heat element bonus for the Dragoon. There's 6 different elements, I believe. I used, let's see, Inaros to get the Thrall. So pretty much Inaros gave me the heat damage bonus. You can also get Toxin, Magnetic. So that's like a whole different video though. So again, if you guys have any questions on certain weapons or whatever, I can do my best to get back to you. At the moment, I might probably update it later on in a future video, but I really want to try to get all the Kuva weapons. This is my current Kuva weapon collection. And I was really excited for the Kuva Hind, but then it was okay. It's not a bad weapon, but I kind of wish DE did a little bit more. I would have loved for them to have increased the fire rate like 2-fold, because I love the fire round burst fire. That was one of my favorite parts of the gun, but it still feels very, very slow. Unless you're using like Wisp or something to speed up the fire rate, but I don't really want to do that, right? This is probably my most used Kuva weapon, honestly, is a Kuva comb, which I could probably do a video about, honestly. I got the radiation damage because I didn't know what I was doing, I guess, at the time, because I forget about the progenitor. But radiation is actually pretty good. So yeah, I would say don't sleep on radiation, but yeah, one of my goals for sure is to get a magnetic comb so I can use it on the corpus, and I'm very curious to see how that does. This is my current build for the Kuva comb. I absolutely adore this gun to pieces. So, yeah, I believe that was a gun by my Savvy, but I sold it. So I'm gonna have to get another one. I guess I can just kind of go over. Actually, let me go ahead and show you just inventory for myself and for my viewers. So this is kind of, I'm gonna try to get maybe credits, maybe like 20 million by the end of the year. I'd like to have about 20 to 30 million by the end of the year. I do have a credit booster, but that doesn't mean I want to use it, right? But yeah, it's a whole thing to get credits. Because I used to play Index all the time, and also trying to get through Fortuna. I bought a lot of stuff from was it Ticker? Probably. The guy that says you debt bonds, which hopefully DE can kind of smooth out Plains of Eidolon and Fortuna this year. Like the debt bonds, I'm not sure why they don't give them to players as a reward for doing the bounties. Same way they gave you tokens on the Necrolisc for mother tokens and all that. That would be awesome to see. And the ducats, I want to say I have about 13,000 ducats in reserve from all of my prime parts. This is kind of what I'm rocking here with my resources, the ducats. So this is kind of all the stuff here. Let's see. Plus, it's kind of fun to see how much you improve from one year to the next. So this is kind of what I'm rocking with. Debt bonds. Toroids. Yeah, I would probably recommend Steel Path. Just using Avara to steal these from enemies and then just get as many as you need. And the reason for that is because you get a resource drop chance booster plus another drop chance booster from your account here. And toroids aren't too bad, but they're still pretty rough though. They're pretty rough. So this is probably one of my most hated farms in the game is toroids. Cryotic, very important resource actually. Cryptographic Alu, not super hard to get anymore, thank goodness. Oh, this is also, I might do a video on credit farming because people don't talk about like being able to sell things for credit, so you can sell like necrolic casings and stuff. However, I don't recommend doing this at all, but who knows? We'll see what the future holds. It's part of the fun. And then Entrade Lanthorns. These you definitely want resource boosters. Like I don't know how else to tell you this, but you really want a resource drop chance booster and a resource booster, because if you have those two things, like farming this isn't too bad. I get usually one or two, like I get like 2 to 6 maybe per mission if I have those boosters. And then just a bunch of random stuff here. Luathorax Plasm, need to farm lots of this. Kuva. That's another goal of mine, is for Kuva. So I've calculated if you buy the 35,000 Kuva from the Zaramon and the Riven Slivers, I don't know if I'd recommend the Riven Sliver one, but it's up to you. Because I personally am a huge hoarder, so I like to hold as many resources as possible. But my goal would probably get hopefully about 2 million, over 2 million by the end of the year. I would love to have like 2 million Kuva, because also for Kuva, hopefully DE just doubles the resources for Kuva siphons, because sweet mercy, it is not fun. I mean, the mode itself is fun. It's not that the mode itself is bad, it's actually kind of fun, but it's just not rewarding enough. It just needs a little bit of this, and Kuva siphons could be really, really fun and rewarding. I feel like doubling the Kuva, just doubling it alone, would be super awesome, and it might make me play Kuva siphon missions again. But back in the day, when they first introduced Kuva, it was extremely horrible to farm, because the only way to do it was through siphon missions. So now Kuva isn't too bad, but he's still not quite there. It's super close though. But I've calculated, if you buy the 35,000 Kuva per week, you can get about 1 million a year if you're very diligent, and if you're very, very diligent and you buy the 35,000 Kuva per week, whether it's from Slivers or from the Zarmon, you can get about 1 million a year. Or 2 million a year if you're very daring and you just do them both. You go to Iron Wake on Earth, or you go to the Zarmon, you can get like 2 million a year. So my goal is to definitely get hopefully about 2 million Kuva. I gotta remember to do that. I just need some motivation, you know. Lua, Thraxplasm, I'm working on that. Plains of Eidolon, that's like a whole nother video. And the flowers, I'd say I'm doing pretty well, except for the sunlight flowers. I believe those are the ones I need help on. I just use the Oxalis Sentinel for pretty much every single mission, and I just scan plants left and right 24/7 whenever I'm playing the missions. Nanospores, thankfully these are super, super common. These are not hard to get at all. So Narmer Isoplasts, so you can use these to level up the Quills and Voxelaris, or Little Duck, on Fortuna. Highly recommend farming this. This is amazing. This is such a great resource. A shame you can't sell them for, credits. But I don't know how many of these I would want to farm. I want to say by the end of the year, I would love to have like 2,000 or 3,000 of these. Nav coordinates, yeah, just destroy boxes, and yeah, you'll get through that eventually. By the way, I've been playing this game for years, so that's why I have so many of this, so many of that. Some of them I actually stopped farming because I'm like, I would rather farm this. Omega Isotopes, thank goodness, these are not hard to get anymore. But I believe you need Cryotic to build the Disruptor. So these were like extremely hard to farm back in the day, but they kind of made it a little better, so that's good. And then Riven Slivers, I would love to get 1,000 by the end of the year for sure. I would love to get like 1,000 of these. Let's see what else. Rabido, I kind of used a bunch of it for the helmet system, which was, it was not fun to level that up. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know how people just completed it, but I just started playing this game like 6 months ago and I finally finished. I just need what is it? The thing to get the mutations. Thraxplasm, pretty easy to farm this once you kind of get everything you need. You craft everything you need. This is mostly for the helmet at this point. And then toroids, more toroids. Whenever I get resource drop chance boosters or resource boosters of both, I use them for this. And then the void rig stuff, which holy moly, that is DE made it easier to get necromechs, but you have to really, really, really go out of your way to get them. And then for other things, thankfully DE also, I don't know how I got three of those, but thankfully they kind of made the lenses a lot easier to farm thanks to disarm on. So you just honestly, for lenses, you only need the greater lens. This is honestly good enough. It's good enough, trust me. Don't feel like you have to put Eidolon or Lua lens on everything, because by the time you get like an Eidolon lens, you could have like just plastered this on like 8 different weapons and just use it, right? And then arcanes, that's a whole can of worms right there. Another goal is to deal with Call's missions, which yeah, this is Call's missions are. Oh, there's another mission? What the heck? Wow, I didn't even notice that. I did not even notice. Yeah, so Call's missions and kind of don't update like everything else does. So it gets really confusing. Which means that there is another Archon as well. So yeah, thankfully they made some great changes to the call missions. I like the call missions. I know some people hate it, but I kind of enjoy them. I like playing them. Another goal, so you can only get 105 a week. 105, yeah. This week, Ember Shards, cool. I actually really like these. I like Ember Shards actually more than the Crimson Shards. Crimson Shards are, decent, but they're like super niche, like to use the crit multiplier and stuff like that. I guess you could say the same about Amber and the Azure Shards, the blue ones. Like they're also kind of niche, but they're very cool. I love them, so. Stynex, yeah, you're gonna have to pretty much craft him yourself. There's no other way except platinum. He's actually pretty cheap, platinum wise, honestly. So yeah, another goal is just I might probably buy this. At the same time, I really want to save up because I still have to buy some stuff here. I feel like some of the prices are kind of outrageous, but so I still have to buy Archon mods here, which is not too bad. These are kind of valuable on trade because some people don't want to bother with purchasing these, and I totally understand that. I kind of bought the ones I thought would be the most useful, such as, Archon Vitality, which is pretty freaking nice. So I'm gonna have to do some math here. So you can get 105 a week, which means you can get I want to say 5,300 or so stock per year. Yeah, that's kind of difficult to farm that much because you still want to buy a bunch of shards per week, which is going to take you about 2.5 years to get enough for all your Warframes, right? So, but yeah, this is like a whole different topic, honestly. Are they worth it? Kind of, yes. I know people were getting really stressed out over shards, trying to get them. Are they necessary to have fun? I don't feel like they are necessary. But yeah, if you're like a new player and it stresses you out because you are not able to do it yet, don't even worry about it. These are... I wouldn't stress out if you can't get these because the shards are good, but I don't know. I feel like if the shards were more powerful, I feel like, yeah, I mean, if you're not able to do this, don't feel bad about it. Excuse me. But yeah, I might probably get this one this week. I'm probably going to make a video on this as well once I kind of get around to it. Yeah, I'm going to try to probably make this video. Usually if there's like a really annoying mission I don't want to do, I just kind of skip it because there's just some Archon missions that are super annoying to do, and I'm like, you know, you kind of have to be in the mood for it. So the Zariman is like one of my favorite places to go to because the rewards are just so flipping good. They're so good. This is probably one of the best ways to farm Endo, to be honest with you. It always is really, it's always gut-wrenching to get an Aya though. I kind of wish this wasn't here, to be honest. I would rather have this stuff instead. As well as a crest. If this was like 2 Aya, maybe 3 Aya, I would not mind having this here. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, one of my goals is for the year is to farm like as many pinions as I can stand. I don't know how many I should get because the Archangel fights are a little arduous sometimes because, you know, there's a specific way I might probably make a video on that, but I believe the trouble I have is the amps. I still don't have a very good amp except for the Sirocco. But anyway, so yeah, I'm probably going to farm probably 200 pinions this year. I'm going to try to get about 200 this year. If you want pinions, like you don't care about the bounties, you just want pinions. What you can do is just go to fast travel, go to the Zariman navigation, and just play a level 50 to 55 mission. I would recommend playing mobile defense because 9 times out of 10 they're going to be right next to a console where you hack into the console, and usually they're around the console. So once you kind of like plug in the device to hack the computer, just kind of look around, see if there's a Void Angel. 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find one in the mission. So that's kind of how I farm this, and it takes me about 5-6 minutes to complete it. I would personally recommend doing that if there's no bounties that you want to do. So what I usually do is I check the bounties here, see which ones I like, because you know there's a pretty ugly timer up here. Everything has a timer in this game, and yeah, I just find it way easier to play mobile defense to look for the Void Angels. So this is a great time here, but I'm probably going to save this till later. So if there's no bounties that you want to do, just play a regular mobile defense and just hunt down Void Angels. And because at level 55 on regular star chart, they're not that hard to kill, honestly. I just used the Latum. Honestly, the Latum was made for killing Void Angels. So that's kind of another goal. I really want to also complete. I also really want to complete the what is it? The Arcanes as well. I also want to complete my Arcane collection here. You can sell these for platinum because people don't want to do this. A lot of people do not want to do this, so that's kind of why these are kind of valuable. If they're all maxed out, you can probably get 50 platinum easily. So yeah, I believe I completed. Unfortunately, I would love for DE to say you have one max rank, you have one rank 5 arcane available, because this is sort of confusing. Because I do have a maxed out Molt Augmented, I believe, and so yeah, my goal is to kind of like complete these, maybe work on one arcane at a time, just pick, you know, Cascadia and Power and just try to max it out. So this is kind of another goal of mine for this year, just complete these arcanes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess my goal for 2023 is just to complete the Zaruman completely, like completely get everything finished in Zaruman, and then just keep playing the bounties just for fun and getting some lenses and some endo and stuff like that. So that's kind of another thing. Another goal for 2023 is to probably do a little more arbitration. I really am. Okay, so I'm not one of those people that enjoys arbitration. I really do not enjoy it at all. But the mods and some of the rewards for Vitus Essence is actually fairly decent. I wouldn't say I'd go out of my way to do it. But yeah, one of my goals is to try to get most of the rewards from the arbitration store. You just go to the relay and you go to any relay and you go to the Arbiters of Hexus on the relay. You talk to the guy, you trade your Vitus Essence. So yeah, and yeah, my goal has been the same for the Syndicate as well. Just try to complete absolutely everything. Try to collect every single weapon, every single sigil. So I almost finished Steel Meridian. I just need these. This is like probably another week, 2 weeks probably. So yeah, that's kind of something I've been working on the past 6 months, just completing all the collecting absolutely everything. Yeah, I'm also curious about Conclave. I'm curious to see how this goes because now that we have crossplay, I still couldn't find a game though. But part of the reason is because the rewards for the Conclave aren't the best, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played Conclave in literally 4 years, something like that. So I am super rusty as heck. You can just play with your clanmates or something, and just every, I don't know, Saturday and Sunday just play Conclave together, because it's kind of hard to find a game. I'm gonna try to find some Conclave because I would like to complete it at some point, right? To get all the skins and everything, but I'm not in any rush to do it, so that's like a whole different thing. I'm not really sure what else to add for this video because I can just go on for hours and hours. What kind of goals? I might probably make like a monthly goal thing, maybe. Kind of update you guys on my progress in the game and how I'm doing, how to do certain things. And again, if there's any questions you have about the game, or mechanics, weapons, builds, I will try to get back to you the best that I can. Because there's some things I don't quite know in the game. Yes, even after 2,200 hours, there's still things I don't quite know in the game. But anyway, if there's anything you'd like me to go over in a video or something like that, I can try to help out. Create another log, and for 2023, I thought maybe I could do some more videos because I love Warframe. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a fun game just to kind of chill out because I don't really grind super heavily anymore. So yeah, I gotta work on call, gotta work on Archon hunts. I'm not gonna do every single Archon hunt, right? Because that's incredibly stressful. Um, just because like you, there's a certain way you have to play the game, and you have to really have the mindset for it. But thankfully, this week isn't too bad for Archon hunts. So this week we're going after Amar, who to me is probably the easiest one to kill. To me, he's like the easiest one to kill. Because his annoying superpower is he creates little clones of himself, but since I like using a Latum, I could just kind of shoot most of them with the Latum or just with a regular fire or something, and eventually he'll stop doing his nonsense. But ooh, Revenant, this is perfect for people that like Revenant. Revenant is good for Archon hunts, don't get me wrong. And having 300% strength, this would be pretty fun to try actually, with my Revenant hunt, with my Revenant build. It could be kind of fun to do this one. Excavation, honestly, I just use Octavia to kind of control the crowd, so that they don't immediately blow up your excavation, your excavator, because they will blow it up in like 2 seconds if you're not paying attention, which can make your missions go by much slower, because it's more of a grind than like completing 500% completed digs. So I'm glad that they went with a cryotic route here. But it also depends on your teammates to see what kind of Warframes they're using, what kind of weapons they're using. Sometimes things can go very badly. I had a few nightmarish public games on Archon Hunt, so don't worry if you can't do these missions yet. Honestly, like you're gonna be able to do them eventually. But yeah, the Archon shard system needs some tweaking, honestly. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of how I deal with excavation. I might probably make a video on that just to kind of give people an idea of how I personally play Archon Hunt missions. But yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. I'll probably create some more goals this month and see if I can do it. But I thought, because this game is so vast and complicated and just out there, I thought I could create some goals for myself, reachable goals. You don't want to try to farm like 8 million Kuva this year. That's literally, you would have to spend all day, every day, playing Kuva Siphon missions with a resource booster. But anyway, I also wanted to try different games on this channel. I'm probably going to experiment with that too. There's a few games I love playing. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully I've explained things well. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, what kind of stuff you'd like me to go over in the game, because this game is quite complicated. I could still make some build videos, but I feel like so many content creators do that already, which is fine. But I like to have a more chill experience and have you guys hang out with me, make some logs, just me playing the game, having some goals, meeting some monthly goals, things like that, so that I can keep track for myself, because this is one of those games where I just go off track constantly, and kind of messes with my rhythm in the game, and I kind of get burned out, because there's so much I have to do. Even after 2,200 hours playing, there's still some things I have to do. I would also like to play different games on the channel, like I used to. It's been a few years since I actually did one of these kinds of videos, so I'm looking for different games to play on the channel, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much going to be it for the time being. Some other things might pop up for my 2023 goals, which I might update in a future log. So that's going to be pretty much it for the video. for 2023. Warframe, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a happy holidays, and yeah, thanks for hanging out with me and watching this video to the end. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell, Tenno.